guys, this is a segment from the Slumpbuster Podcast. You can find the full episode on any of the various podcast platforms, or, of course, subscribe to us on YouTube for more of our content. Other than that, guys, sit down, bust a slump, and enjoy. It's time to give me PTSD because we have to talk about last year's Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. And boy, does that pain me to say that, because if you ended the game 7 minutes earlier, you would not say that. That would not be the case. Unfortunately, there was another 7 minutes of that game, and the Chiefs, well, they dominated. And again, this is painful for me to say. I even had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl going back to last year. I was the highest on the Chiefs. I just believed in Mahomes, and the Chiefs believe in Mahomes because they handed him this offseason a 10-year, $503 million deal. This guy's going to be set for life. He's going to be in Kansas City for the majority of his life. Hell, he's the part owner now of the Kansas City Royals. Patrick Mahomes is doing pretty damn well, I would say, for someone in their early 20s. But somehow, some way, the Chiefs have this mysterious salary cap that other teams don't have access to. They have this unique fund. They're getting bailed out by the NFL and Roger Goodell because they were able to also pay Travis Kelce 4 years, $57 million deal, $28 million guaranteed. But it doesn't stop there, guys, because Chris Jones, they franchise tagged him this year, so he's going to be making a pretty decent money this year. And then they signed him to a 4-year extension, $85 million deal with $60 million in guarantees. Clearly, my only concern with this team is Brett Veach okay? I think his hand might be a little cramped from writing out all these big checks. A lot of zeros that he has to formulate. Dre, what do you think of the Chiefs and their offseason moves?
No, I mean, I was actually surprised that they were able to make any of these moves. Like you said, they were so strapped for cash. I think at one time they had like $30 or something it was.
It was legitimately $177.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's insane. No professional sports team with a hard salary cap ever has that little of cap space. And I know you want to maximize the cap as much as you can, but that was ridiculous. And then, from my understanding, right, the entire Patrick Mahomes sort of contract actually worked out better for him this year cap-wise, and that's sort of why they structured it the way that they did. So I'm incredibly impressed with their front office being able to make all those things work. I do worry that they're going to be so offense-heavy, but of course that's sort of their brand of football, right, is they don't, have necessarily the best defense in the world, but they also don't need it. And then I also worry about their running backs, right? Like, so we know that they lost LaShawn McCoy, Spencer Ware. They weren't all that productive anyways, but I do think that it always helps to have other options.
Well, that's why they drafted in the first round Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 32.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully he pans out for him and does well. With all that being said, the Kansas City Chiefs are still the Kansas City Chiefs. They are still the returning, Super Bowl champions, unfortunately, Juju. So I have them going 13-3.
I have them going 14-2. I think I had them going 15-1 last year, but as much as it pains me to say that, I know the Chiefs are a good team. They're a damn good team. They have great coaching. They have a generational talent at quarterback. And more than anything this year, they have continuity. You realize that the Chiefs are bringing back their top 8 players in offensive snaps, all returning. And then they're bringing back 11 of their top 12 starters in terms of defensive snaps. So this team has a very clear direction. Run it back. They want to be defending Super Bowl champions. They want to be the first team to repeat, and God knows how long. I think the last defending champion was the New England Patriots. They did get hit with a little bit of opt-outs. They were probably the second hardest hit team compared to the Patriots in terms of that decision. You actually had a couple cool stories, I will say. So I respect Damian Williams for his decision to opt out, given that he does have a mother that suffered from cancer. So, of course, makes sense. All the respect in the world to that man. Lawrence Duvernay-Tardif, so their starting right guard, well, he opted out because he actually is a medical doctor. And rather than playing football this season, he wanted to practice medicine in his home country of Canada. Very cool story. Shout out to you, Lawrence Duvernay-Tardif, for all your hard work on and off the field. Yeah, 14-2 for me. Dre, you had him 13-3.